Hello everyone, Coaster Freak here, and today we will be reviewing Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland, the B&M Hypercoaster. Now, if you have watched my Leviathan review that I published yesterday, you would know that I just started riding scary roller coasters like the Behemoth and the Leviathan. Yesterday, my friend pushed me to ride the Behemoth, and I was shaking with fear, but I still did it. And now, because of that, I'm not afraid of big, gigantic roller coasters anymore. So now I'll be able to make more proper reviews of them, so you can get like a quality review rather than a mediocre review. So yeah, let's get into the layout. So Behemoth's drop is really fun, just like Leviathan's. It's very intense. It's just awesome. Then you sort of turn right and go into a huge airtime hill with no trim brakes on it. Probably my most favorite airtime hill that I've ever been on. Yeah, like it's hard to top that. You go into a huge hammerhead turn. This hammerhead turn was really fun. You go into 3 separate airtime hills, all with trim brakes on them, so they're less enjoyable than the first one. But still, yeah. One thing that I noticed was that with these 3 airtime hills here, you had a bit of a B&M rattle. I'm not sure if it was just having a bad day or something, but yeah, like, I felt a bit of a rattle there. Not that it was like, that it distracted me from the overall ride, but still. Anyways, you go into the mid-course brake run, which is super unnecessary. You go into a big helix. The helix offers some G's. It's fairly intense. Go upwards in an upwards helix, and then you hit your final airtime hill right here. Small, no trim brakes on it, obviously. Then you hit the brakes. Overall, Behemoth is a great coaster. Even though it does have a slight B&M rattle, it is still quite enjoyable. That first airtime hill gave me so much airtime, like I was flying out of my seat. Way more airtime than the first airtime hill on the Leviathan, like, yeah. In terms of the next 3 airtime hills, they aren't as fun, of course, because of the trim brakes. I mentioned that in the layout. Yeah. So, this ride doesn't have a lot of variety. Like, it isn't as re-rideable as Leviathan. Like, the first ride is completely awesome, like, better than the first ride of the Leviathan. But then, once you keep riding it, Leviathan gets much better than it, because it's just airtime after airtime hill after airtime hill, instead of having more elements like Leviathan does, like the overbank turn, the small bunny speed hill, the hammerhead turn, yeah, like it just has more variety than Behemoth. But yeah, I enjoyed it more than other coaster enthusiasts would have, because it was my first ever coaster that was over 200 feet. But yeah, overall it is a great coaster. I definitely recommend it. Most people think that it is one of the best B&M hypers out there. I'm not sure what to think of that, because I haven't been on any others. But yeah, so I will be going back to Canada's Wonderland again next weekend, or maybe the weekend after that. I'm going to persuade my parents to bring me there. And yes, I will ride the Behemoth at least twice, and I will ride the Leviathan at least twice, and then I'll be able to give another review for each of them, possibly giving them both a more accurate review. But yeah, time for Freak Points. Drum roll, please. 9 out of 10 freak points. And, yeah, you know why I gave this a 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. It's just, yeah, like, the only element that it has is the airtime hill, besides the hammerhead turns and the helix and stuff. But it still is a very enjoyable ride. Like, I had a lot of fun on it. Most people say that it's one of the best B&M hypers out there. I'm not sure what to say to that, because it's the only one that I've ridden. But yeah, in terms of how scary this ride is, it's pretty scary. Like, if you're afraid of heights, then I would suggest riding some other roller coasters before going on this one. And then to conquer your fear like I did, I would start with this one instead of Leviathan. It worked out well for me. Anyways, thanks for watching.